Hi, and welcome to a series of episodes where we dive right in and try to figure out the characteristics of Meghan Markle and what led her to the current state of affairs we're in with her lies, deceit, and manipulation, allegedly. As you can see, here she is as a young child, about 9 or 10, I think she is, prancing around the backyard pretending to be a queen or a princess, having her friends curtsy to her. Yes, curtsy to her. You heard it. She knew how to curtsy. She also knew how to curtsy when she was on Suits as well. Kind of interesting, isn't it? All the bullshit she said to Harry that she didn't know what to do, and all the protocol of the royal family. Hence, when we dive into these episodes, we will unravel lots of her lies, and we will end up to the present debacles we're in right now with this very interesting character called Meghan Markle. See here, she's asking her friends to curtsy to her, to follow her around because she wanted to be a queen. Now, as she got a little bit older, we all know the dishwashing bullshit that she put out there, the dishwashing liquid letter. That was not her doing, it was that of her father. And she said that the commercial was changed. Now, in the time frame that the commercial was changed, it would not have been from her doing, because that takes months and months to put something out there, change a commercial and tape it and choreography it and putting out there. So that was one of her very early on lies, but it seems to be something she hangs on to, and her claim to fame about women being in the kitchen. Interesting, isn't it? She is kind of really so fake. Even as a young child, she has portrayed that her fakeness is there, and how she's going to manipulate and turn people into wanting to do what she wants to do. It's also been reported, as you can see, her hair is quite curly, and a person of color has beautiful curly hair like that. But she did not want her mother to pick her up from school because she was too afraid that people thought that she was her nanny. And this has been reported in a few books and a few interviews where she felt very uncomfortable with her mother, a woman of colour, to pick her up from school just in case she got bullied. Now, that's a whole lot of rubbish, because she always identified as white. Again, we have to go back to the fact that she has used this further along in the story, as we'll get to, as a draw card to manipulate the royal family and the world, to gaslight the people of colour and the white people, to get them against each other, gaslighting people. So here she is pretending to be a white girl and always ticking the boxes in school, license, college, that she was white. She also went on to lie to Harry. One of her biggest lies from the beginning was she knew nothing about the royal family at all. But we know from one of her best friends that she had Diana books in her room, and that she studied everything about Princess Diana, how she died and what happened and all that kind of stuff. But she lied to Harry, saying that she knew nothing about the royal family, that she was American and that they didn't know anything about the royal family. But anyone in America will tell you, when Princess Diana died, that the newspapers, the news, the tabloids, in magazines, it was all about her death, her unfortunate death. So unless you were blind or living under a rock or in some desert island where there was no internet or no TV, there was no possible way you could not know that who or Princess Diana was or how she died. She also put out there to Prince Harry that she never ever knew, anything about the Buckingham Palace and all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, there she is right in front of Buckingham Palace. Now, you may be wondering why we're going back from the beginning. There's a reason for this, because in the series of episodes, we're going to unravel some really big secrets. We're going to put out there exactly the way she has manipulated her way to the top, about reading everything about Diana, what she wore, and how she stood, how she had her persona, her characteristics, everything about her. But how did Prince Harry fall for this? We know that he was very love-struck, and maybe he was even a little bit In love. Well, he is in love, as we know, because he's got those rose-colored glasses on. But was it just lust? Was she just luring him in with lots of sexual activity, maybe? Just my opinion, just saying. Every time that she probably told him a lie and he probably cottoned on to that lie, she probably raced him off to the bedroom and then he forgot in typical male fashion. No offense to males out there, please do not take offense. Anywho, she had her eye on Harry. Now, why would she have her eye on Harry? Because obviously he was the most vulnerable one of them all. Probably the less educated, probably the less smart one, because let's face it, he did say in his book Spare that his Todger got wet, but Todger got frozen, sorry, not wet, oops. So how does your peeny weeny, eeny weeny, teeny weeny Todger get frozen and no other part of your skin or body? Who knows? What a freak. Anyhow, here we are. She probably thought that she was going to bag him and she was going to become the queen and he was going to be the king. Maybe the king of Burger King, but not the actual king. I think he fooled her as much as she fooled him. She probably thought that he was richer than he was and more, how do I put it, more superior than he is. Like, he really is like the spare. Let's face it, he's always been the spare and he's never going to be king. It would take something very tragic, like apparently she said that they're one plane crash away from the throne, and the people of the UK would never let that happen, and I'm sure the people in grey suits at Buckingham Palace won't let that happen either. But nevertheless, she's got that warped mind that she has to think this because she always has a plan. She's plotted and planned from a young child, and as you can see, where we are today, there is lots of plots and plans that she has created, and she does not know that we're all onto her. She'd have to be stupid not to know that we're all onto her. But then again, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed, because let's face it, she has gotten nowhere very fast. Everything that they have put their hand to has not turned to gold. Their flight to freedom was a flight to failure. Everything they've touched has failed along the way. I wonder why. She thought she was going to have her trophy husband and she was going to become this wonderful actress in Hollywood and world known for everything. The only thing she is world known for is her lies, her deceit, her manipulation, and her narcissism. In my opinion, allegedly. Let's roll on to the next few episodes and see what unravels. Catch you later.